Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Monday, February 13th, 2023. We are about to do a live planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location in New Mexico, in the United States. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer. I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on the Religion of Religions YouTube channel. This puja, advanced form of puja, it's something that was taught to myself and Raja Malloy, Mina's brother, many years ago. And I'm very happy to be sharing this with more people. Dr. Pillai has talked about how the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. They are each associated with a divine light being. And in doing this puja, we are connecting with those light beings and inviting their positive energies to flow into us and into our world. We also contain inside of us the planets and the stars and these archetypal beings. And so another benefit in doing the puja is we are waking up our connections with them consciously inside of us and experiencing their divinity within us as well. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart, the Vedic chart. Each of the 12 little boxes here represents a particular zodiac sign. There is a link in the show more below the video about a tutorial video that you could watch if you are unfamiliar with the layout of the South Indian style chart. To do the puja, I've drawn the chart in chalk on a little blackboard that's laying flat on a side table here. I also have a bowl of fresh flower petals, a container of water, an incense stick, a little raisin, a bell, and a lit tea light, which I'll use in doing the puja. To start the puja, I begin with the water and sprinkle a few drops of water on all four sides of the blackboard chart to purify the space for the puja. I sprinkle a few drops of water on my own head to symbolically purify me. I send a few drops of water out into space symbolically towards all of you, so that whether you're watching it live or later on replay, all of us are purified for purposes of the puja. Now we begin the puja with invoking Ganesha, an archetype who can help remove obstacles and also is an archetype who's a patron of astrology. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja. And I ask Ganesha to remove obstacles for all of you in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of your life today. Next, we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave, Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Saint Yanasamundar for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we turn our attention to the time elements that are active right now in my local area. We start with the planet that's ruling the day. Today is Monday, which is ruled by the moon. I'm going to hold a flower petal as we say the mantra. When I say Namaha, I'm going to put it on the little blackboard chart on top of the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Dr. Pillai has said Rahu is also a planet that he associates with Monday. So I'm going to honor Rahu right now as well and put the flower petals on top of Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. The moment the moon is in a star called Vishaka, a star of courage and triumph and victory. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. Right now in my area, it's the 8th waning moon, which is called Ashtami in Sanskrit. We use the Sanskrit name followed by the word Devi to honor the moon phase. I put the flower petals on top of the moon. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, that's Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we're going to acknowledge the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these, we wouldn't use flower petals. We would say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now in my area is one called Dhruva, which has energies that are reliable. Dhruva, Dhruva, Dhruva. And the karana that's active right now is one called Balava, which has energies that are spiritual. Balava, Balava, Balava. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. I said for this part of the puja, we would always start with whatever sign is currently the ascendant. That's represented here with the letters AC on the chart. Right now, the ascendant or the sign coming up in the eastern horizon in my local area is Kumbha or Aquarius. Dr. Pillai said we would start the puja by honoring the planet that rules the ascendant sign as a gesture for the importance of that planet at the moment. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. We're going to invoke Saturn, and I put the flower petals on top of Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant sign, we're going to go around the chart, honoring the planets, the stars they're in, the archetypes that rule those stars, the planets that rule those stars, and the planets that rule the zodiac signs that have planets in them today. Today in the ascendant, we have the sun. He just came into Aquarius last night. Saturn, we have Venus, and we have Neptune. The sun and Saturn are both in the same star, so we're going to honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Next, we honor Saturn for being in Aquarius today. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. The sun and Saturn are both in a star called Dhanishta, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals across the sun and Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on top of Mars on the blackboard chart. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we're going to honor Venus and Neptune, who are in Aquarius, and they are both in the same star as well. So we will honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor Neptune for being in Aquarius. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Venus and Neptune are both in a star called Purva Bhadrapada, a star that helps with enlightenment, charity, and purification. I put the flower petals across Venus and Neptune. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can give us blessings to experience deeper levels of stillness and also forgiveness. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhajapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we've already honored the planet that rules the ascendant in the beginning. So we're going to pause for a moment now and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet important for our health and our high self-esteem. Saturn, a planet of patience, perseverance, structure, and compassion. Venus, planet of happiness, beauty, enjoyment of the arts, and material plane comforts. And Neptune, a planet that helps with our intuition and in understanding our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Because this morning is the first day that the sun is in Aquarius, which is a fixed zodiac sign, today is a special festival called Vishnupadi. This happens 4 times a year, as there are 4 fixed signs in the zodiac: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This is the first Vishnupadi of 2023, and this is a day when the wealth creation aspects of Vishnu are more abundantly available. So some people like to especially connect with Vishnu on a Vishnupadi day and ask him for blessings to help with money, with wealth creation. Okay, going on now to the next Rasi or zodiac sign that has a planet in it. That would be Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter. We're going in a clockwise direction around the chart, starting from the ascendant. We're going to honor Jupiter for being in Pisces. I will put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttara Bhadrapada. This is a star that Dr. Pillai says can help us with business development. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard chart. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada's star is ruled by Ayurbundia. Among other things, he can help to guard treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures and valuables, and also to guard the valuable that is the earth itself. Om Ayurbundiaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundiaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundiaye Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Uttara Bhadrapada's star, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet that can help us with everything related to spirituality, our relationship with our teachers, our ability to receive spiritual teachings, and our associations with spiritual communities. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and also Uranus. Both Rahu and Uranus are in the same star, so we will honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus for being in Aries. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Both Rahu and Uranus are in a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or power or energy. I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. We ask for him to help us to be just and merciful towards others, and for there to be justice on our planet. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause. Now we're going to honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that helps us to think outside the box, and also a planet that can help us make friends with new technologies. And Uranus, a planet that can help with higher intelligence, success in life, and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars. We honor Mars, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Rohini, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, beauty, creativity. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creation and creativity. His partner is Saraswati, the goddess of education. I put the flower petals on top of Mars. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies, today containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems that can be solved. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu and also the moon. We start with honoring Ketu, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. This is a star that has some association with the wind and also the air element, which is so important for us for our breath. We honor Swati star, and I put the flower petals on top of Ketu. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, an archetype who rules the wind and the air element. Vayu is also the father of Hanuman. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the moon for being in Libra. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Vishaka, a star that can give blessings for victory, courage, triumph. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by a pair of archetypes, Indra and Agni. Indra can give blessings for leadership and courage, and Agni can give blessings for transformation and purification. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter on the blackboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on, first we have to honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor and pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign that has energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, which is sometimes called the saintly planet, and the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and also Mercury. Both Pluto and Mercury are in the same star, so we honor both of them before we invoke the star. We start with honoring Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Next, we honor Mercury for being in Capricorn. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Pluto and Mercury are both in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. We put the flower petals across Pluto and Mercury. Om Uttara Ashadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Ashadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Ashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals across Pluto and Mercury. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Uttarashada's star, which is the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that has the ability to activate ancient past life skills and abilities. Today, containing Pluto, a planet that can help with rationality and science, and Mercury, a planet that can give blessings for communication, business, and also can help us with our sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the little blackboard chart that has all the flower petals piled up on it now. And in the air, I circle the lit tea light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of the fire with its heat and its light to all of the divine beings that we have just invoked. Now I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and a sweet fragrance, and I pass that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Next, I ring a bell, offering the element of sound. Now I'm taking a raisin, a small piece of fruit that is representing the earth element, and I move that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Later, I will eat the little fruit as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Now I make prayer hands and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them for their positive blessings to flow into the lives of all of us and into the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, a safe place to live, clean air to breathe, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on the planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for about a minute, and then we can do some short Q&A if you post your questions in the chat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for joining us. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. I see someone asking about the mantras. There is a link in the chat for the planetary mantras. The other mantras we're using mostly the name of the archetype of the stars, and using that as their mantra. Dr. Playa said the names of the planets and the stars and the archetypes, their names are in and of itself a quantum sound or a mantra. So we're using their names in calling them. I have a way to type everything as I'm going along, and this is a live call, so it doesn't have captions provided on it. And it probably could be a little hard because some of these names are in Sanskrit, and I think the automated caption thing would probably make funny words out of them that would be nonsense. So right now, you can focus on receiving the sounds and being receptive to the energy that's in the sounds and allowing that to flow into you. The puja helps all of us to go into a higher state of consciousness with listening to these sounds and with making our own prayers. Dr. Pillai has said, prayer is power. And in the network of enlightened beings, power does not mean domination. It means higher consciousness. I see someone posting Hare Krishna and also Jesus. Yes, Jesus would have been somewhat familiar with astrology. himself, in that some of the first visitors he had that acknowledged him for his divinity were the wise men that came across the desert following a star. So if you define a Christian as someone who's following Jesus, those three people that were following a star would have been like the first Christians. Some stories say that they were Zoroastrian astrologers out of the area of Persia. Zoroastrianism has many elements that are somewhat similar to the Vedic system. It has fire ceremonies, etc. And in the Jewish temple that Jesus would have gone to as a child when his family visited Jerusalem, on the floor in that temple, it said that there were representations of all the zodiac signs in mosaic. So the astrology was very important in all of the ancient cultures in one way or another. And of course, Hare Krishna, Krishna is a form of Vishnu. And today being Vishnu Padi, where the wealth creation aspects of Vishnu are very abundant, as I mentioned earlier, is a lovely day to be remembering Vishnu. I'm not seeing any other questions in the chat today. Thank you all for being here. And we will be here again tomorrow, Valentine's Day. And we'll be feeling that energy of happiness and love that people are feeling towards their significant others, but also towards their friends, their family. I think it's just a lovely day to celebrate the energy of loving and liking people. All right, beautiful beings. I will see you again tomorrow. Again, thank you for being here. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Oh, someone is asking a mantra for Vishnu. He has a Gayatri mantra. Om Namo Narayanaya Vidmahe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tano Vishnu Prachodayat. That mantra is one that Dr. Pillai has given us, especially for the wealth creation aspects of Vishnu. A shorter mantra for Vishnu would be Om Namo Narayanaya Namaha. So you could use either one of those today. Okay. Namaste. May light encompass all.